Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the workshop. Fantastic to have you here. This is part 3 of our How Ridiculous collaboration. They've asked us to make a gigantic whopping sword. That's what we're doing. This project has required us to make this huge crane on top of our power hammer. We've got hot steel. It's time to start forging after we thank today's sponsor. All right, folks, I'm going to interrupt us to thank today's sponsor, which is GlassesUSA.com. It's where I get these glasses that I wear, the Westerns in tortoise, and I absolutely love it. And part of why I love GlassesUSA.com is how easy it is to purchase glasses from them. Check this out. Glasses USA has over 4,000 styles of frames, and you can end up getting incredible deals because they cut out the middleman dealing direct to you. But you don't have to miss out on the experience of shopping for glasses in person where you can try on the glasses, because you can use their virtual try-on feature. Check this out. Here we go. I'm gonna line myself up, take a photo, adjust where your pupils are. If you know the distance between your pupils, you can enter that. Here we go, try on glasses. Hey, have a look at how cool this is. And so to order your first pair, it's incredibly simple. You'll see they have free shipping and returns and 100% money back guarantee. You hit choose lenses, and this is where you enter the information that you get from your eye doctor when you go for an eye test. They'll give you what your prescription is, and you just enter in exactly what it is. You then select from their different lens options. You can add your hydrophobic coating. You can even get yourself some enhanced coverage and protection on them. And have a look at that. Just that quickly, we've got these added to the cart. And the grand total before the special discount that you're going to use by clicking our link in the description, before that huge discount, it's only $94 for a pair of beautiful glasses. This is what it looks like when your glasses show up. They each come with a beautiful case to keep them safe. These are some clear Ototos, which are pretty cool. Check out these gorgeous Ray-Bans at a price that's actually affordable and manageable. Muse glasses, another rather dapper pair. And of course, GlassesUSA.com has an incredible range of prescription sunglasses you can check out too. I wear my prescription Ray-Bans from them every time I ride my bicycle. Be sure to check out the link in the description for an incredibly special offer from GlassesUSA.com. Thank you to them for sponsoring this video and providing me with these awesome glasses. Let's jump back in. This was attempt number 1 of the sword. There were problems. Here's attempt number 2 in the forge. This is a big machine for squishing things, so let's squish some things. Alrighty, so on iteration 1, I described that I wanted to tackle it bit by bit by bit, and so I started at the front and then made my way back down the piece. Well, on this one, we're not trying to do it bit by bit. What I'm doing is, instead of starting with the tip, we're working from thick end down back up to where it is going to become the handle. We're working it square. We're not flattening it just yet. Once we have this beautiful square taper to here, and then a square taper down to the tip, we're gonna use a little bit of advice that Will gave me yesterday, which is we forge square, we then turn it up on the diagonal, hammer down on the diagonal, and it's immediately gonna give us a semi-beveled shape. It is gonna look something like this. When we take our square on the diagonal, we hammer like this. Well, would you look at that? It gives us some of those little bevels. And the nice thing about this is it's much easier for me to do a nice controlled square forging as opposed to trying to control the forging of a rectangle, as is, you know, the inevitable cross-section of a blade. So this is super helpful, forging out this big, nice, neat square taper, and then once we got this one end done, we'll flip it around, do the tip, and then start flattening. We're gonna hammer it flat on the diagonals. Start making it look more like a sword. We've been doing some flattening on this thing. It's a chunky sword, that's for sure. Wow. We're fortunately much closer to that extra meat I want in this area. Super duper thick. Probably too thick, but after the mistakes on the last one, I'd rather be thicker than too thin, so we can always come back in and thin it down. On the last one, as I said earlier, I was trying to do bit by bit by bit, finish it bit by bit by bit. Now, it's all about taking it slow and steady, because frankly, it would be a shame to mess a second one up. We want this one to go right. As I am moving up this bar, it's getting longer. We're putting more leverage up on the other end. It's getting even more difficult to hold, despite the fact that we've got the chain. There is no way I can forge with only this much leverage on the back. We've got to flip it now. That's it. That's it, folks. We're flipping now. Hup, 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 hup. Ah! Shock horror, folks. It was pretty hot. Admittedly, I am a little concerned about how sword-like it looks. Or rather, how unsword-like it looks. I don't know what we're gonna do about that. What I am happy about, though, is how long this thing is. It's monstrous. It is currently about 84 inches. And I am pretty excited about that, because they only needed a 78-inch sword. So, we're giving them a little extra length for free, and I don't know if there's ever been anybody in history that's complained about having a sword too long. On the tang area of the sword. I want to make it an inch round. I think this is the first time you've seen this contraption. I first saw something like this on John Rigoni's Instagram or YouTube pages. He's a blacksmith down in Texas. And I feel like he may have picked this up from a blacksmith in the UK. I don't know the full provenance of it. All I know is this isn't our original design, but we had Matt, who is our production blacksmith, work on creating a setup where we can have multiple kiss blocks. These are kiss blocks. We can have multiple kiss blocks staged and ready to go and easily flip them down onto the dies, knock them back when we don't need them. And this has been just an incredible add-on to the power hammer. Now I use the word kiss block. What that is a cold, solid piece of bar that stops your hammer from going any further, so that when the hammer kisses that block, you know you're not going to forge anymore. This is a 1-inch kiss block, which means that if we want to forge 1-inch square or round, we can use that, and we know we're not going to be forging it deeper than this. This is a 1.5-inch kiss block, same thing there. We'd be using this configuration of kiss blocks if we were forging a 1 by 1.5-inch rectangle, and we have this entire array of sizes from 1/4 inch all the way up to a very particular 2.625 inches. Oh, that's 2 and 5/8. That's not that particular. Alrighto, I want to tackle the issue of this not actually looking super sword-like. So, we're gonna make a swage. Folks, I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about when I say we're making a swage. It is a tool with some springs on the thing in order to shape certain things into certain cross-sections. That was the worst explanation ever. Why don't we go show you what a swage is? This is a swage. This is a swage. This is swage. This is a swage. This is a swage. This is sewage. And this is a swage. You form stuff with them under the power hammer. We've got a whole bucket load of the things right there. What we're going to need to do is either modify one of the swages inside of that pallet to form that diamond cross section of a sword, or we're going to make a brand new swage. But no matter what, I need to make a bit of steel that we're going to use to imprint that cross section inside of our swage. So, ah! Alrighty, next step is getting this so it sits on the dies. Alright, let's give this thing a diamond cross section. Okay, I've done this back half of it here, from here to there, and I don't know how visible it is on camera, but certainly to my eye, this is really improving and starting to look a lot neater, a lot more sword-like, so I'm happier. Next step, wait for this to cool down to the point of holding it, flip it around the other way, get our bevels forged on this chunky section. The blade is forged. It is now onto some of the other components while it cools down. First up, the guard. And we're going to be making the guard out of aluminium. Aluminium is the name that Mr. Humphrey Davy gave this material in 1808 after he worked out how to make it from alumina. And interestingly, Mr. Davy was a Brit. Which means that all of you saying I'm pronouncing it wrong, oh, you've got it wrong. It's aluminium, baby. The reason I'm using aluminium is I want this to be pretty lightweight, but it still needs to look chunky. We want it to be light at the back there, heavy here at the front. This is a stick because the last time I forged aluminium, I believe somebody told me about using this to check the temperature. Now, the temperature of the forge is ordinarily so hot that we would have a puddle of aluminium right now. I've pulled the temperature down and I have our block sitting on the outside of the forge and I'm poking it with this stick because the temperature at which aluminium starts to become forgeable is meant to be, from that one time I was told this, like 10 years ago, the same temperature at which a stick is gonna leave a charred mark on the surface. So, oh, look at that! Wowza! Holy mackerel! Wait, that might not count. The trouble is the forge is burning my stick, which means that it's burning the stick and then the forge has burnt the stick, which then puts the char on it. So, this plan might be a little stupid. I've never promised to all of you that I actually know what I'm doing. Then again, I shouldn't promise that I've never promised that because I don't know what I'm doing, and it means I might have accidentally said that. Oh yeah, baby! That's what we want! So much fun. Right, we need to punch a hole in this thing.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly cracking.
That's right, I cracked it. That's it, I overheated the aluminium and it is Crumble City for this guard attempt number 1. It's okay, we're no strangers to making mistakes like this. If you're a subscriber of the channel, which you should be, you'll full well know this is not my first rodeo when it comes to messing something up. So, I really hope that you guys go check out today's sponsor, which has been GlassesUSA.com. They help make all of this possible, and if you hit the link in the description down below, you are gonna be getting a very special deal to help get your next pair of glasses from them. So check them out. Thank you, GlassesUSA.com. Be sure to also go check out the folks we're collaborating with on this project. How ridiculous. We're gonna be sending them this sword, and I cannot wait for you to watch their videos of them most likely breaking this thing and just causing sheer awesomeness and destruction. So subscribe to How Ridiculous. Thank you for watching. Hit a like if you enjoyed this. Bye-bye.